Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my first holiday look of the season. We got a very surprise snowstorm here in Philadelphia today. It was albeit annoying, but it did kind of really get me into the holiday mood because now that things have calmed down, everything looks so nice and pretty outside. So I was inspired to do a holiday look. I did a look like this maybe it was about 3 or 4 weeks ago now, and I posted it on Instagram and I got a lot of good feedback. So I decided to kind of recreate that look, but I did make a little bit of changes to it, especially with the eye look. But I wanted to do something that I think is pretty easy to do, super simple, not a whole lot of products involved, especially for the eye look. I feel like this is something that you could just throw together really quickly if you're going to a holiday get together, but it still looks nice and simple yet elegant and very holiday-ish. So I hope that you like the way that it came out, and I'm going to show y'all how I came up with this look. But before we get started, if this is your first time on my channel, my name is Sonia. I go by Sister Philly on YouTube. Welcome to my channel, and I really hope that you'll consider subscribing today before you leave. I would really appreciate it. And of course, for those of you who are already supporting my channel and you're already subscribed, welcome back. Thank you for your continued support. Thank you so much for coming back today. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to be using the CoverFX blurring primer today. Sometimes I use this stuff, sometimes I don't. But lately I've just been feeling like the pores on the side of my nose and the wrinkles on my forehead are quite noticeable, so that's why I'm using this primer today. And for foundation today, I'm using the Fenty Beauty foundation. I am going to be mixing the colors 340 and 380. And I'm using this foundation because I want something that's like nice and soft, but also still, oh, how did I get foundation all the way down there? I want something that's nice and soft, but also still matte because my skin does get oily. So I mixed in maybe like 2 parts of 340 to 1 part of 380. And just so you'll know, I skipped a lot of my blending time, but I do like really take a good amount of time to make sure that I have my foundation nice and blended and that I haven't missed any areas on my face, because a lot of times when I look back when I'm editing my videos, I'll notice that, you know, I've missed spots on my face. Alright, next I'm taking the Too Faced Born This Way. I'm just going to rename this the Super Coverage Concealer because that's what I just keep calling it. It's called the Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I just keep calling it Super Coverage, but I am in the color Mocha. So I'm going to apply this pretty much to the center of my face. And I have been using this concealer non-stop. I think I've only used another concealer under my eye maybe once since I bought this concealer. This is like my new holy grail concealer. I'm going to take the same sponge. I forgot to tell you guys that I'm using the Sonia Kashuk sponge. So I'm taking the same sponge to blend this out. And when I'm blending out my under eye concealer, I'm just not pouncing as hard on my face as I may have been when I was doing my foundation. I just don't want to press the concealer into my skin quite as much. I don't want to like shear it out quite as much. And same thing with my concealer. I just take my time and make sure that it's nice and blended and there's no harsh lines between my concealer and my foundation. Okay, I'm going to set everything in place. I'm going to be mixing the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder with the ColourPop loose, what is this called? ColourPop No Filter Powder. And this is what they look like when I blend the two together. So I'm just going to take that on a big fluffy brush and I'm going to set my entire face except for my under eye area. I haven't been setting my under eye area at all lately because I noticed that like even when I use like a very little bit of powder, my under eye area just gets super dry, and I think it's because like the seasons are changing and that area of my face just gets drier, you know, this time of year. So I'm gonna set everywhere else except for my under eye area. All right, I did my brows off camera. I will link my brow routine up here in case you're interested. So I did my brows and I also put some concealer on my lids. Normally I would go in with 2 different concealers. I usually use a darker one toward my brow bone and a lighter one on my lid. However, today I just did 1 concealer over the entire lid because I do want this look to be relatively easy and quick to do. So I have my concealer on, and today I'm going to be using the Too Faced Bon Bons palette. And I think I'm going to start off with the color Bordeaux, and I'm going to be using that in my crease area. I zoomed y'all in just a little bit more. Now I'm going to take the color Cafe au Lait, this silver color here. I'm going to put that on the inner part of my lid. And I'm going like maybe 2/3 of the way over with this color. One of the things I love about this palette is that the colors are very pigmented without you having to, the shimmers, they're very pigmented without you having to wet the brush. I'm going to take the same brush and now I'm going to go in with the color Malted. Or do I want to use, yeah, I think I'm going to go in with the color Malted over here, and I'm going to put that on the outer part of my lid. And I'm very slightly overlapping the silver with this color. So without picking up any product on the brush, I'm just going to take that dark color and I'm just going to very, very lightly drag that just a little ways into my crease. Just a little bit, just to get it to like blend in a little bit better. Now I'm going in with the color Mocha, and I am going to apply that on top of the shade that I have in my crease, and I'm just using this to like diffuse the whole look and just soften out the edges on the top. I'm going to go back in with the color Malted, and I'm going to put a little bit of that on the very outer part of my lower lash line. I used to drag eyeshadow all over my lower lash line, and now I just do like just this very outer part because I feel like this just works better for my eyes because I have a lot of lines and wrinkles right under my eye. So I feel like just going kind of light with my lower lash line, it just doesn't accentuate the lines and the wrinkles down there. I'm going to use this Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is in the color Dark 40 or 40 Dark, 40 Dark. I'm going to use this to bronze up my face a little bit. I'm taking a big fluffy brush, just picking up a little bit of the product just to bronze my forehead with it. And then I'm taking that same powder on a different brush, and I'm just going to very lightly bronze my cheeks. This is a Morphe brush. This is the M105 brush, and I actually don't like this brush. Like, I feel like this may be my only Morphe face brush, I think. And I'm not too crazy about it, surprisingly. Like, I love Morphe's eye brushes, but I'm not crazy about this one. I'm gonna take some of that same powder. I just switched brushes again, and I'm gonna very lightly bronze my nose. Next, I'm going in with my Note Cosmetics Luminous Silk Compact Blusher, and this is in the color Desert Rose. And I'm just going to lightly flush my cheeks with this. This is one of my favorite blushes. I love this blush. And for highlighter today, I'm using the MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in the color Double Gleam. I haven't used this in a very long time, but this used to be one of my absolute favorite highlighter, but I just haven't used it in quite some time. So I'm using this today because, as you can see, it's nice and silvery. So I think it'll tie in well with the silver that I have on my eyelids. And then I'm gonna take the residual product and just drag that down the center of my nose. Gonna take a fan brush going into the same highlighter, and I'm just gonna hit my brow bone. I'm going to set everything in place with the Wet n Wild Matte Finish Setting Spray. Okay, I threw on some eyeliner and mascara off camera, so I'm going back into my MAC Double Gleam, and I'm going to use this to highlight my inner corner. And I'm gonna finish everything off with a nice red lip. So first I'm going in with my Wet n Wild Chestnut Liner. And I'm gonna put on a healthy amount of this today. All right, and I'm just smearing it out a little bit. I'm finishing everything off with the Urban Decay Vice lipstick in the color 69. This is a red lipstick with more of like a pinkish undertone. So if you like lipsticks that have more of like a yellowish or orangey undertone, this is not gonna be that. It's more of like a pink tone lipstick, and to the point where, to me, you can like really see the pink, but that's why I like it, because it's not too yellow. All right, so this is the completed look. This is my super simple, easy holiday glam look. I really hope that you like the way that it came out, and I hope that you enjoyed the video today. If you did, let me know by giving me a thumbs up. Also, leave me some feedback in the comments down below. I would really appreciate it. And I hope to see y'all back for my next video. Until then, take care. Have a good one, y'all. Bye.